Have you ever wondered why a star like Jungkook, who is known to be so open to millions of fans, still holds a mystery that has never really been revealed? Why, behind the lights of the stage, behind the loud applause of the audience, there is an item that never escapes his grasp, as if it were an integral part of his life? This question not only intrigued ARMY, but also intrigued anyone who followed his long journey in the global world of music. More surprisingly, this secret is not something that is spread through empty rumors. Many eyes saw, many cameras captured, that Jungkook was carrying something that was so guarded even when he was dancing with full energy or singing high notes that made the audience shiver. What exactly is that thing? Why should he always be with her, even though he knows thousands of pairs of eyes are watching his every move? Is it just an accessory? Or is it a symbol that holds a deep story about his life? Curiosity peaked when fans on various online forums began to uncover concert footage, zoom in on snippets of images, and try to interpret what was really in Jungkook's hands. From speculations that it was an amulet given by his mother, to allegations that the item was a gift from one of the other BTS members, everything makes this mystery even more enticing. Isn't it strange, an idol whose life seems to be always recorded on camera is still able to keep secrets as small and as big as this? Since the beginning of his debut with BTS, Jungkook has always looked different. He is not just a golden magne, who is so nicknamed because he is able to do many things perfectly. He is also an enigmatic person. Every movement, every look, seemed to have its own meaning. So, it's no wonder that when the issue of this mysterious item is being discussed more and more often, fans feel that there is an emotional story behind it. Many have asked, is the object related to his family? Is it a legacy he doesn't want to let go of? Or maybe it's just a small part of their routine? Interestingly, some South Korean media have tried to allude to this. In a short interview with one of the leading entertainment magazines, a staff member who has worked with BTS said that Jungkook is indeed a figure that is difficult to separate from certain objects. However, the staffer was reluctant to elaborate further, saying only, there was something he always carried, whether in his little pocket, whether near the stage. It makes him feel calm. The vague statement actually thickens the mystery. Instead of providing an answer as the world continued to wonder, Jungkook himself chose silence. On several occasions, when asked by fans about his habit of carrying certain items, he simply smiled a little, as if keeping a secret that was too personal to share. That smile, instead of calming, made the ARMY even more curious. Why did he choose not to explain? Are there two deep sentimental reasons? Or is there a promise he once made to someone, which makes the item should not be released, even on the most glittering stage? These questions are now part of Jungkook's great story. It was as if every concert, every performance, was not only about the songs he sang with great feeling, but also about the little secrets that millions of people around the world continue to suspect. It is undeniable, this mystery actually adds to its appeal. Is it not human nature to be attached to something that has not yet been revealed? From an emotional point of view, many fans believe that the object is a link between Jungkook and his family, especially his mother, who is known to have played a big role in shaping him into who he is today. References from an old interview with Billboard once noted how Jungkook was so respectful of his mother and always put family as a priority. If it is true that the item has something to do with the mother, then doesn't it make more sense why she never wants to let go? However, there are also fans who associate the item with BTS's early moments. Several international ARMY forums discussed the possibility that it was a small gift from one of the senior members, such as RM or Suga, who used to give Jungkook great support when he was a teenager. If this hypothesis is true, then the item is not just an object, but a symbol of fraternal ties firmly established since difficult times. Not infrequently, cameras that are so sharp at concerts show glimpses of the item. Some say the shape is small, tiny, can even be put in a pocket. Some speculate that it is shaped like a ring or necklace, but it is not always clearly visible. It is this vagueness that gives rise to various theories. And the more the theory developed, the stronger this mystery stuck in the hearts of fans. Behind all the speculation, one thing is certain. The item clearly has great significance for Jungkook. There is no other reason why someone as popular as he is, with a busy schedule, tight management, and tremendous public attention, still insists on bringing something so guarded. Moreover, when he was on stage, Jungkook certainly realized that whatever he did would be recorded, noticed, even analyzed to the smallest detail. Jungkook may never really uncover what the item is, but precisely therein lies the beauty of this story. The little mysteries that he kept tightly became part of the great narrative of his life's journey. Just like how he grew from a teenager in Busan to a global star loved by millions, the mystery of this item adds one more layer to his already enthralling story. Now, every time Jungkook goes on stage, the thousands of fans present are not only waiting for his sweet voice, not only waiting for his energetic dance moves, but also silently looking for signs, hoping to catch a glimpse of the mysterious item. It's incredible how something so small, simple, perhaps even of no material value, can have such a huge emotional meaning, not just for Jungkook, but for the millions of hearts that love him. When we talk about a world star, often the shadows that appear are the sparkling lights, the magnificent stage, and the endless cheers of the audience. However, behind all that, there is a human side that is rarely seen. Jungkook is a vivid example of such a paradox. On the one hand, he is the golden magne, the perfect figure who can dance, sing, write songs, and even become the global face of the world's top brands. On the other hand, he is still a child who grew up with family values, personal habits, and perhaps a little thing that made him feel safe and connected to his past. Many fans believe that the mysterious object he always carries is closely related to his childhood in Busan. In a long-time interview with Rolling Stone in 2021, Jungkook once admitted that his childhood was full of memories that shaped his character today. He often tells how the support of his family, especially his mother, is a strong foundation that keeps him grounded even though he now lives in the spotlight of the world. It is not surprising, then, that many suspect that it may be a memory from home. Something simple but meaningful that a small pendant? Or maybe it's a piece of prayer paper that he keeps close. No one knows for sure. But the allegations are not just empty speculation. In some concert footage, fans actually saw Jungkook touching something in his hand just before taking the stage, as if he was taking power from the item. Isn't that interesting? A world star who can easily get everything material, on the contrary, chooses to rely on something so simple, perhaps even financially invaluable. What makes this mystery even more emotional is the fact that Jungkook never tries to clarify directly. On several occasions, when he could have answered a fan's question on Weverse or during a live broadcast on a streaming platform, he chose to smile or change the topic. It was as if the item was a part of him that was too personal to share with the world. This choice, instead of disappointing fans, adds curiosity as well as respect, because they realize that even a global star has the right to have a little secret known only to herself. And now, every time a beam of light illuminates the stage, every time thousands of voices echo his name, every time the camera pans to his handsome face, there remains one question hanging in the air. What exactly is that stuff? Will one day Jungkook open it to the world? Or will he let it remain a mystery that only he knows, so that the world will always have one more reason to continue to be curious about him? That question, in the end, isn't just about an item. It's about Jungkook, about the human side that makes him so beloved. And maybe, at some point, we don't need to know the answer. Because that little secret is part of the attraction that makes Jungkook not just a star, but a living legend whose story will continue to be told generation after generation.